nobody has shown up for a whole year. So I've always done what I was supposed to do. And I try to explain to her, there's no way I can do it. Well, if you have a problem with it, speak to the supervisor. I called the supervisor. She gave me the number to the agents and chances for children. And I called the lady. And the lady told me, verbatim, we did not ever tell them 3:30. Your grandson has to go on a waiting list because one of her other children starts next week. So from that moment, I was highly, disturbed. Why would you call me and lie to me? Okay? And I called the supervisor back and told her I spoke to them. But I did say to the lady at Chance's children, right? Could you please make this later? Because we've been showing up in Diana, running to prisons for nothing for so long, going all the way up to Albert Einstein for Diana. The mother doesn't come so much, right? That if I don't show up on time and they close this case, it's going to look bad for me in court, right? And this day, I went to get a copy of the order of protection to prove to them and see my new lawyer. I was leaving my lawyer's office and they called me, the worker, called my phone, and I asked her when I said hello, I said, ma'am, I looked at my phone and I saw the supervisor's number, but it didn't click. And I asked her, can I please speak to the supervisor? She said she's in a meeting. I said, can you tell me what time she's going to be on a meeting? She said 5 o'clock. I said, well, could you let her know that I need to get in touch with her because I wanted to tell her I got the proof, right, for the order of protection. And she said, yeah, but I need to talk to you about something. And I said, what is it? And she said, why did you go to another agency talking about this case? And I stopped right then and said to her, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to talk to you about this anymore. And she insisted. She kept calling my name, Miss Tilgman, Miss Tilgman. You have to talk about this. And I said to her, I'm sorry, but I'm not. And she kept on and on. And I said, well, I have children with me right now, so I can't speak about it right now. And she said, well, you have to, and then out of nowhere, out of the blue, another voice popped up. And it was the supervisor. I hear you. I hear what you're saying, Miss Tilgman. I hear you. Why aren't you talking to her? Why aren't you, answering her? I'm going to report you to my supervisor. I said, for what? Because I won't talk to this. And I had told her that I'll speak to you with the supervisor. I said, why? Because I said that I'll speak to her with you. I don't want to. She said, why aren't you going to do it, Miss Tilgman? I said, because I don't feel comfortable. She said, well, what happens if I'm not around? This is what the supervisor said to me. What happens if I'm not around? And I asked her to hold on. And when she held on, I turned right back around and was standing in my lawyer's office, and my lawyer was listening to this. And she held on. And I asked her, can I please call you back on the landline phone because you're going to report me to your supervisor. So we need to talk about why I don't want to speak about this on the phone. And she said yes. She said yes. My lawyer heard her say yes. And I hung up the phone and tried to call her back on the landline phone, and she would not answer. When I went back to the office the next day to take the order of protection, we were supposed to be having scheduling. She wouldn't even talk to me. She told me, I'm not going to, she told another worker she's not going to speak to me, not unless she's with her supervisor. The next time I left the paper, the next time I went back, that's when she spoke to me, and the worker said that they were scheduling a meeting with a lady that I never met before. I think it was the director supervisor. But then when the lawyer, one of my lawyers called and we tried to schedule the appointment, but it was a Jewish holiday. And so the worker said that she's going to be out because it's a Jewish holiday. So they was going to try to schedule it with the director. Or, I don't know if he's the director, but I know he's my supervisor. And so I said, okay, so I was waiting for the date. I gave the worker a date, but the date was not good for the lady. So I've been waiting now up until today. No one has said anything to me about a meeting. I wanted to get this settled and straightened out. I can't just keep taking off. And the mother purposely saying that she's doing things, and this has been going on so long, right? Saying she's doing things or saying whatever the situation, and the worker's calling me, telling me that I have to come in and do appointments on days that I'm not, it doesn't allow to my work schedule. So I've been going to my lawyers, speaking with my lawyers about this for a long time. This is not something that just started, for a long time. And finally, by the grace of God, my lawyer referred me to you to get some help, because it looked like now that they're trying to accuse me of stuff that I'm not doing. I never said anything wrong, about the case to no other agency. It's just a horrible feeling, right? I'm working so hard to try to do the right thing with this little boy and do the right thing by the agency. I never gave them any problems, and they are just not working with me at all. It's cut and dry what they hope.
Has your agency ever given you the foster parent manual?
That manual,
Yes.
I've never seen that.
All right, so you've never seen the foster parent manual. Do you know what your rights are as a foster parent?
When I talk to my lawyers, and I found out that I felt from talking to them and telling them, everything that's been going on, I felt that foster parents don't have hardly any rights. Because every time I went into the agency is what they say, and if it's not, then I've even been told the baby had a crib. I had to get a crib, and the crib was huge that they sent me. They did send me a crib, but it was very, very big. And so I asked the director, can I please buy my own crib? And he allowed that and whatnot, right? But we had a hard time looking for a small one. They have threatened me so many times. If you don't get it, then they're going to remove the child. And they knew that, I complied with everything. And I did. I found the right size and everything. My house is very, very livable. There's never nothing wrong at my home. I keep plenty of food. There's nothing wrong. This child is growing so beautiful. The daycare, the learning, I work with him. It's just a horrible, horrible feeling. And I feel like that phone call, they wanted me to say something wrong, and they were actually trying to set me up to remove my grandson.
What message would you like to share with the public advocate, the ACS Commissioner, Gladys Carry-On, about your experience being a grandparent and as a foster parent for your grandson at this particular moment? What message would you like to share with them?
I feel that for foster parents, we need to have advocates to help us to make sure that these type of things don't happen. When you walk into an agency and you don't do what they want you to do, it's a horrible feeling to be threatened in a roundabout way of having that child removed, or a lie being told like you're raising your boys, or I've got gotten so now that anything that I do in Episcopal, I go downstairs to the second floor, clock in what I'm doing and everything so that I have proof. Because I don't trust them. I just never seen an advocate in Episcopal. You know, the mothers, the foster parents, are the heart and soul of the case. You know, we work very hard. I know I do, and I've been to enough classes and training, and I see those foster parents work hard. You know, because they do the training. You have to attend certain amounts every year, and points where they don't after you work so hard with the children.
What message would you like to share with other grandparents out there? You know, what would be a message for other grandparents that you think that are having this type of experience? What message would you like to share with them?
It was so hard for me to find you. Network. Take phone numbers of the foster parent. Talk to your lawyer. Talk to your lawyer. I feel like my lawyers were godsends. You know, I feel like God came right when I needed him to come because I had nobody to go to. So for, you know, new other foster parents, you have to network, ask questions, keep reaching out for help if you're going through situations. Don't give up on your on the children.
Okay, thank you for your time.